Crafty Mavens, welcome to the Crafty Maven Getaway. This is Hannah. I am doing a fun little mixed media spread that is Easter themed. So this month we have a challenge of get inky. So for April we are using inks and so I thought, hey, let's do a background with ink. I'm going to do quite a few backgrounds, but this one I am just taking ink pads and just putting it on my craft mat and then using that blender. Now, the pad that is on there is just like a wool or whatever one, so it's not the foam. But I really like this for like blending on the back of a background, and I do have gesso on there. I just pre-gessoed a whole bunch, and this is like a really small page. It's gonna fold up and go into a thing. When it's all done, I'll have to share with you guys because I want to work on it. So I'm just taking some stamps that I have in my stash, but I really like how the outside looks from the part of the cardstock, and this is just smooth cardstock, but I really like how that looks with the gesso spots. And then these little stamps, these were in, part of them were in the June kit. So they're just like a Prima background stamps, and there's different shapes and sizes, and I didn't want to put these little ones. I was afraid they were going to get lost in the kit, so I kept the little ones. So some of the team will be getting some, and I have the two. And I really like how that looks, and I'm just using colors that coordinate with the March kit, which is like greens and stuff, and some pinks and purples, and it doesn't have to be perfect match for the kit, because honestly it really doesn't. And then I'm gonna finish off with this last stamp. So I just stamped around and just did some different patterns and stuff. I'm not really trying to be super particular. And then I wanted to use that stitch, and then I thought, hey, I'll use my embossing powder from the kit from the store. So I want to say that was in the April kit, and I think the April, we're gonna have a re-release of the April kit because I have some partial kits, so those will be in the store coming up later this month. And that's the Dylusions Diamond Rocks, and it's super pretty. So it's like this really nice purple color. And that's all I'm going to do to create the background. So it's super simple because I'm going to start adding some stuff, adding some textures, and I add stuff from kits, and I add just stuff from my stash. And so actually that top fabric piece is from Color Rush Studio. So I'll link to their store because they have a ton of fabrics and stuff that they do. We have some in our store too. They are different. And I don't do them every month. I don't do them all the time. So I just kind of like release stuff as it goes. But I want to say the stuff underneath is from American Crafts, I think. I think it might have went with the Maggie Holmes stuff. I really love it. It's super thin, so it looks really cool underneath that black and white. And then this piece of paper is from one of the paper kits. It might have been the April paper kit. So once again, I'll link to the stuff that is in the store. And if it's not in there yet, I'll make sure that it gets in there. Because I know the April kits, I believe we just have 2 left of partial ones. I had to reorder stencils because I had a whole bunch of the paper parts and like some of the media from it, because we sold out basically. So I think Miranda got the last kit, and she didn't get the stencil because I had one less stencil. So I sent her a stencil, so she'll be getting one of those. But anyway, and now I'm just using paper and just putting it around, and my glue totally spurted all out. So, and I'm using liquid glue, especially on the spots where the fabric is, because I want it to stick a little bit better. And I did use the stapler, and that's not a tiny attacher. That's a regular stapler that I got. I think it's like Teresa Collins or something. And I like the tiny attacher. I use that almost all the time. I don't know where mine is. It might be with my Christmas stuff, but I thought that the bigger one would be better for that bigger piece. And so now I'm just cleaning up the glue that was left over. It mostly was dry, so I just used up as much as I could since it was on my mat. And I kept trying to go for that doily. That was in the April kit, I think, too. The March has some, too. So definitely look in the description box below, because you can see the stuff that we have in the store. We have a lot of old stuff from 2025, and then we have a ton of stuff from this year. So, and then I had that flare button left over. And let me tell you, flare buttons do not stand the test of time. I have a lot of old flares that just have not made it. And it's kind of sad, but this one did, and it works perfectly. It has plus signs, and I really like that because it kind of matches with the cross. And I'm putting that, I'm using the cross because it's Easter, and so I thought, what a fun little spread. And later on, you're not going to see this on screen, I actually use the watercolor from the kit, or from the store, the lilac color that I made, and or the lighter purple, and I write out Risen, but I wanted to play around with it before I did it on there, because I wasn't sure if I was going to put it on or put it on a sheet of paper, and it took a while for me to work through how I wanted it to look, because I am not that great at calligraphy. So I find that with watercolor, I do so much better than with pens. But anyway, so I'm just layering some little bits and pieces, and then I'm going to end with the sequins from the March garden party. And these are in the store, and these are like so fun. They are perfect for Easter. So perfect for Easter. They have all these little bits and bobs of stuff in them. So thank you guys for watching me create this little spread, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Easter. Bye.